Why hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Robin Phoenix, and today we're gonna be playing some more Apollo Justice Ace Attorney. Last time we began Turnabout Corner, and now we begin the trial. Huh? Mr. Wright not here today? He said his old foot injury was acting up. Give me a sec. Okay, there you go. That's much better. Sorry about that. Old injury? He was all smiles yesterday. Yes, he smiled when he said he'll be fine as long as you're there, Trucy. Yes, fine. We'll be fine. Here comes justice! Started my voice training at 5 in the morning. Ooh, do some now. I want to see, hear. Huh? Okay. My name is Apollo Justice and I'm fine! That sounds more like a self-mantra than voice training. I'm fine. You know what I'm saying? Good morning. Yo, sup? Hit me with the guilty verdict, G. See if I care. You just hang loose and you let things go with the flow, you know what I'm saying? Not really. Wonky, don't be running your mouth like that in here. See? That's the difference between me and you, old man. I ain't afraid of no cops. Real G's can't keep it real until they spend some hard time in the pan. You have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. Sounds like they've both been in voice training too, Apollo. My worst fears realized. The trial's starting and I still haven't had a real talk with my client. Court is now in session for the trial of Wonky, Kentucky. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Ready to rock and roll, her judge. Ah, it's him, the guy from yesterday. He's a prosecutor? It's Mr. Gavin's brother. Long time no see, Prosecutor Gavin. Were you taking a leave of absence? You know that little band I started with free time? Thing is, we got real popular. Hard to say nine to your friends when 3 of your singles go platinum, yeah? I see. To be honest, I was a little concerned. I fear that you might still be distraught over the one trial. Not to what here, Judge. I wouldn't miss this day for the court of the world. It's worth every one of the VIP passes for one of my concerts, yeah? How can I pass up a chance to see the true strength of the little boy who bested my brother? It was worth canceling a show or two. Understood. You may give your opening statement to the court. Before that, I was thinking, is the air in this courtroom not a bit serious? It is a court of law. That's no way to get the crown pumping here, Judge. You're not supposed to jump. This is a courtroom. Achtung, baby. Today we play a mud way. What's that noise? Sometimes you have to get up in order to get down to prosecuting. This is crazy. The victim, Hal Maractus, director of the Maractus Clinic. The scene, People Park. He was found pulling a noodle stand. What in the world was a doctor doing pulling a noodle stand? Yes, I believe. You will only find that out by asking the defendant right here, right now. Because there's an undeniable proof that he shot the victim. What do you mean, undeniable? If you had to glare at anyone here, Judge, glare at the air justice, glare at the punk at the defendant's chair. His crime was witnessed quite clearly, you see. Very well. Please admit this witness to the court. Not yet. First, there is a little mouth to be cleared up. Could you talk without a compliment? I swear I can see a guitar for a sec. What is it, Prosecutor Gavin? The motive here, Judge. Why did the little punk do it? Why did he kill the director of the Maractus Clinic? Objection! Not so fast. The defendant hasn't had me explain that. Oh, but what if the defendant specifically requests to do so, as he did this morning? I want to give a shout out to all my homies, I believe he said. What? What is right? They always say that on stage you should hit the crowd with speed and ferocity. Sounds like he got you good, huh, Polly? Well, this is hardly unusual, but the court will now hear from the defendant concerning his motive in the crime. So, you, son of the defendant, Wonky, are you? I ain't your son, old man. You step into Kentucky, you best be prepared to stay strong. You step in the public official, you best be prepared to step into jail. You gotta hand it to him, Wonky sure has guts. It's not his guts I'm worried about. Well then, the court will hear a testimony on the defendant's motive. From the defendant himself. I'll tell you one thing, that doctor was a quacker. Someone had to show him what's what. I was in the clinic about half a year ago. He messed up my op pretty something bad. And then he just lets me go without a word. See you later, bye. So I gotta go in, get another doctor to patch me up again. What was the day I done before I figured out? No old G's gonna let that pass. That's why I went to his pad that night. Know what I'm saying? You're saying you were one of the victim's patients? A lot of stuff gone down when you gotta keep it real in the streets, true that. I'll tell you one thing, that dog was whack. Very well, defense may begin his cross-examination. I can't believe this is the first time I'm hearing about all of this. So you were a patient at the Miraculous Clinic half a year ago? For what reason? I had what you might call a mark of honor. Can you explain precisely what went wrong? We had a little run-in with the rivals annually. That's when I pulled a jack move. And ran into an ambush. G busting and cap riding me. The word of my sources, you couldn't stand the stress of waiting. And ran into 15 minutes before the appropriate time, by yourself. Hey, I was more than a match for those guys. So you were carried out to the Miraculous Clinic from there? I panicked he was shot in the heart. Shot in the heart and he's still alive? I can catch bullets between my teeth, but I never knew how to catch them with my heart. The bullet stopped just around short of my thumb, you know what I'm saying? That would have been golden if it weren't for that whack dog. Can't even take off a stupid bullet. So, as you say, the surgery was a failure. That ain't all of it, Holmes. What do you mean he just let you go without a word? What do you think it means? It's whack, that's what. I'm not sure what that means, but it sounds bad. It sounds as though her doctor wished to hide his mistake. This is why he let the defendant go. He's a liar, straight up. He's a better G than me. So this bullet is still... You know it, I can still feel it. Right there in my chest, pressing up against my heart. Your words are like a bullet straight into my heart. Or something like that, in fact. Incidentally, it's one of our hit singles. Whoa, that sounds like a straightforward case of malpractice. We're J-Man, we're no accident, that's for shizzle. It seems that there were issues with this doctor. Man, putting him down was like doing a world a favor. Wonky, please consult your lawyer before saying things like that. Chin up, Apollo, pack straight. But why did this mistake only come to light that day? It was found during the family health checkup. The family health checkup? That was the wackiest thing of all those G's lighting up, taking eye exams and all that. Better to die young than fade away, Zoe. A relief to hear. What's a relief? Oh, did your father not tell you? That bullet you carry so close to your heart, if not attended to immediately, it could kill you. What? Yes, here, Dr. Maractus have knowledge concerning his ticking time bomb in you. Knowledge that he has saved your life. No way, that's what? There is truth. Your checkup report. How ironic that you were killed a one man capable of helping you. He almost as careless as he was. Well, now that the place is hopping, let's get this gig started. We had enough of the warm-up, yeah? Time to hear about the witness. Wonky sure is quiet all of a sudden. I'm a little uneasy myself. Is this Gavin's strategy? Oh no, not this guy. So, you will tell us your name and occupation. Oh boy. My name is Wesley Strickler. By occupation, I take it you refer to some leader that profits society at large and supports a likelihood under which definition I must confess to being unemployed. However, you must acknowledge the meaning of identity, which is commonly attached to this notion of occupation, and once we have accepted this reality, we see that our confusion is not result per se, but device just for the vagueness instead of all repercussions of thought. By which he means to say that he is a student. I can't believe I actually did all that. A junior at Ivy University, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, in the Department of Science and Engineering. Filled with curiosity of all things, I spent my days in pursuit of truth, honing my... Here, Strickler, please direct your curiosity to the case at hand today. Very well, Mr. Strickler. Please testify to the court about what you saw on the night of the crime. You ask, quite simplicity, what if I saw, however, we must understand that Homo sapiens possess two eyes, each of these designs are received and expect data, sending images to the form of signals too. I'm glad the text doesn't go as fast as old bag. That night, I passed through the park on my way home from stopping when I saw them. One man pulling a stand, another man facing him. I saw them quite clearly. The man facing the victim was a defendant. In his hand he held, yes, a pistol that was pointing at the man pulling the stand. A shot, a bullet hit the man pulling the stand from the front, square in the forehead. Was there anyone else in the park at the time? I can't say with 100% accuracy that there was not. The pistol our witness referred to is this. The court accepts this into evidence. Very well. Mr. Justice, you may cross-examine the witness. Yes, Your Honor. Trucy? Why are you staring like that at the witness? That man! I can't help but feel I've seen him somewhere before. Whew! If that's all of it, I think I have a chance. Is that you relaxing I see here, Justice? No, Objection! Once is quite enough, Mr. Justice. Apollo, pace yourself. This trial's not over yet. Right. Look at this. The autopsy report? Is there a problem with the autopsy report? Right. A problem. Yes! The problem is the location of the entry room. The location? You testified that the killer shot the victim square in the forehead, did you not? I have already determined that your angle of accuracy. Allow me to explain. It is quite simple, really. First, understand that when I say square, I speak not of geometrical ratio. What I mean by this, for example, the deflection of the meteor is wait, leave me alone. Criterion powers, we know. In addition, it is well known that the criterion powers are invisible to the naked eye, which points to the basic of the other reasoning, namely that way. Mr. Justice? Yes? Was your objection to these Kryptonian particle things? This is the big time and you are obsessed with something so small? You disappoint me. No, I'm obsessed with something big. I mean, there's a bigger, less nitpicky problem here. Do tell. Just look at this autopsy report. The location of the entry room was the right temple. Temple? Mr. Strickler, you said quite literally that the victim was shot square in the forehead. That is contradiction, isn't it? It is, right? Finally.
Objection!
Herr Justice. Oh, Herr Justice. Yes? Your tactics are outdated. Trying to shake a witness by objecting. The trifles? Surely you haven't forgotten the fatal wound your master suffered 7 years ago? Phoenix Wright, was it? Look, I know the wound was in the wrong place according to this testimony. Hey, here, forehead. Forehead? Let's imagine you are walking through the park. You see two men facing each other, one with the pistol trained on the other. What would you do, Herr Forehead? Well, I guess I would try to stop him. I probably should stop. And you, Frolon? Me? Well, I probably scream it. And you, Herr Strickler? What did you shudder, I wonder? If the victim turned his head at the last moment... Yes, thank you for jogging my memory. It sounds like in a dungeon the testimony is required. As soon as the killer raised his pistol, I took action. "Seize this at once, you two," I cried, with composure. The victim turned in the direction of my voice, and a shot rang out. Whereupon the cowardly killer, the defendant, appeared to have become frightened. Tossing the pistol aside, he fleed from the scene. I see. So you attempted to stop the crime. Indeed, with composure. Well, maybe the criminal wouldn't have fired if he had shouted like that? That doesn't really matter now, unfortunately. Let us consider this new testimony, shall we? Observe the diagram, if you would. The witness, Mr. Strickler, was it, stood here. He shouted, "Oh, stop, please," or something of the nature, and the victim responded by looking at the witness's direction. If the killer were to have fired at just a moment, as you can see, the bullet would have started the right tempo as in the report. That does seem to be the case. Witness DePaula, Jr., Ivy University, Department of Science. Very well, Mr. Justice, you may cross-examine the witness. Wait a second. Another misleading request. Yet you are beholden to your own mode of discourse. You can see how it affects you. Come again? Wait a second, you say? A second? Are we intended to wait just that? A single second, 1/6 of a minute? That's hardly enough time to draw a breath, let alone make a statement in court. No, had you asked for a longer period of time, say 3 minutes, 35 seconds, Mr. Justice? Yes, Your Honor? Am I to understand you are objecting to the length of the second? Yes! I mean, no! Here, just look at this pistol. It doesn't have a single fingerprint on it. A common ploy, made up all common, I fear this, rather than a television. Criminals these days are about to leave fingerprints. Wait, but you said the killer tossed the gun and ran. That's right! He didn't have time to wipe the gun for prints. The little girl's taken up to the university student. There is a song in there. I'm not little. let's think of the shall we, follow? Eh? What if the killer, the defendant, was wearing gloves? Gotta admit, I didn't think of that, Apollo. Well, Mr. Justice? Could the killer have been wearing gloves? The record of the murder weapon is very clear about one thing. The fingerprints were wiped, which means some trace of prints remain, which contradicts your testimony. If everything happened as you say it did, he wouldn't have time to wipe the pistol. That may be, but it does not change what I saw. The killer, the defendant. He threw down the murderer's weapon in his hand and fled. And this pistol was found at the scene of the crime, strongly suggesting that this is the weapon that he disposed of. That sounds solid to me. Well, Herr Forkhead, any of your precious objections? What gives, Apollo? Let's see that voice training go to work. You know, I only recently realized something. No matter how much you train your voice, it doesn't matter if you have nothing to say. What do you mean, nothing to say? Isn't it obvious from what the witness just said? Huh? Isn't what obvious? When he restated what he saw just now, he said he saw Wonky drop a murderous weapon. But that's not the same as being 100% sure of what Wonky threw away. You're right. He's just confused because the pistol was found at the scene. Poor Mr. Strickler. It must have been hard to be perfect, yet so wrong. Well, I can't be said that I am quite offended. While it is indeed true that once in my youth I wrote a love letter to my own blood that was seized by the teacher and posted at the blackboard of all the sea, for this application poor might even fish out my name as yet to issue hat. Well, we couldn't say for sure that the witness saw the killer throw something. Does the defense have anything to say about this? Well, if what he threw wasn't a pistol, then it had to be something else. At least one person in the defense seems to be thinking. I'll wipe the smile off your pretty face, Gavin. Perhaps you can inform the court of the nature of this something else. What did the killer throw away before fleeing the scene? Is that a sword? I saw one of those on a late night movie last night. Great, a sleep-deprived judge. This knife was found in the scene of the crime with the defendant's prints on it. His prints? The single piece of evidence proves two important things. One, that what the defendant threw down wasn't a pistol. Two, that the defendant wasn't wearing gloves. Indeed. Oh, your forehead? You're forgetting two other things you just proven. Huh? One, that the man the witness saw was the defendant, Mr. Wonky Kataki. Two, that the defendant was holding a knife with the intent of harming the victim. Oh. Indeed. Never underestimated Gavin is a lesson here. The court is now in the opinion of the witness is fond of making assumptions. Is that right? I believe it would behoove us to hear what really occurred. With less assuming, please. It is always the same with you people. Mark left in the house on foot, and 5 minutes later his brother left after him. How long would it take for Mark's brother to catch up to him? Assuming that Mark never had to stop for a traffic light. Assuming. Yes, that's what I said. Assuming. It is never a probable situation at all. Yet here you are assuming that my assumption is no better. What this court assumes is that the witness will testify as to what happened after the shot was fired. I could not prevent the killer from leaving the scene, nor could I simply leave the scene for good conscience. Ergo, I used my cell phone to call the police. Until the police arrived at the scene 10 minutes later, I saw no one else. Why didn't you chase the killer? He was, as you say, a killer. Of course, I could have brought him down, yet what he had done when cornered. Sadly, it takes more than aptitude to solve quadratic equations to know that. Did the testimony earlier not prove the defendant's presence at the scene? Yet do we not also now know that there is no one else there? It seems clear that we have a killer. Does it not? Does it not, Mr. Justice? I better find a way to take this testimony down quick. Which way did the killer run? By that time, it was clear that the killer had noticed me. Naturally, he ran to the opposite direction. That would mean he ran to the opposite direction from the Kitaki mansion. Tongue, don't even think about pointing out that he was going to run away from his home. All he had to do was loop back once out of sight. Ugh, how did he know that's where I was going? You are sure the composer was someone who has just witnessed a killing. If one has devoted one's life to the pursuit of science, one must never flinch at the sight of a little blood, nor can be moved by a chemical discovery that one drop one flax upon the laboratory floor. Oh, cool answer, very cool. So nothing strange about how he acted. Trucy looks like she has something to say. Wasn't it your first thought to call an ambulance? It can't be said that I have dabbled in medicine. The injury I witnessed namely a single shot in the head tends to result in death. Ergo, there was no need for me to call an ambulance. Oh, a perfect synonym. A proof for 3 parts, exquisite. Truly exquisite. He actually looks like he's gonna cry. Can you tell us in details about these 10 minutes? I stood in a state of heightened awareness. Anything could happen at any moment. Anyone could appear in any direction. Is that all? No one came. Nothing happened at all. I saw it all. What should say? I saw nothing. It was late at night. It's not odd to think there would be few people around the park. So he just stood there watching? Not much I can go on there. Trucy, if you got something to say, by all means, say it. I can't find a single problem with that testimony. Had enough of the last Herr Forher? Maybe it's time to back up a bit. There's nothing fishy about the testimony at all. It appears there are no objections to the witness' current testimony. There are many number of ways to explain the lack of prints in the pistol I sent you. Perhaps the killer really was wearing gloves when wiped the previous user's prints off. Then after the deed was done, this fell out of his pocket as he was throwing the gun away. I had a mistaken feeling of a small-time punk in my opinion. No. No! It seems we've come to the end of the line here. No, that can't be all. What unfortunate. It seems that you weren't cut out to stand in the same stage as me. What did you hear for, Head? I believe this brings the cross-examination to a close. This court will not declare a verdict for the defendant, Walkie-Talkie. Eek! Trucy! Nobody move. What is the meaning of this? Who are you? There will be no verdict in this court. Not yet. Wait, are you one of the Katakis? The Katakis? You mean the notorious gangsters? If you don't want to see me give a pretty little girl a new smile, do as I say. Adjourn the court for 20 minutes. What? This court will not bound to the pressures of the likes of... Here, Judge. I see little point of further advocating this gentleman. Recess. 20 minutes. I'll promise you'll regret it. Wait! How did he disappear so fast? Come to the defendant's lobby, Apollo! I suppose I have no choice but to adjourn for a 20-minute recess. Bailiff, catch that mysterious man! Oh boy. Right, let's continue. Trucy! Trucy! You real quick, Apollo. Good show, good show. Trucy, you're okay. I thought... Don't cry, Apollo! Those good-for-nothing gangsters! There are some things you just don't do! I'm pressing charges! Wait, just calm down, Apollo! Or else... Oh! What the heck is that? Surprise! This is one of my best tricks, the amazing Mr. Hat. You look marvelous, darling. He's a big hit on stage on the Wonder Bar. Yes, I give him a big hit. Ha ha ha. Well, what do you think? Do you like it? You mean you, Trucy? There are some things you don't do. I'm pressing charges. Apollo, now's not the time for be threatening me. It's you who's being threatened here. Huh? Remember what you said on Wonky's father yesterday? You promised you'd save his son. But the testimony was rock solid. What are you suggesting I do? Look, once the judge declares his verdict, it's all over. If I can use my talent to stop that from happening, I will. Trucy, no more stage objections, please. I'm not talking about magic, Apollo. I know when a witness isn't confident. I can perceive what he's feeling. It may not mean anything, but that's all we got. You can see what he's feeling? Think back, Apollo. Think back to the times when there was a contradiction in his testimony. All the times. All the times there was a contradiction? Well, I think I remember them, sure. There were 2 times when he made statements he wasn't confident in. And each time there was a contradiction. The hand he held. Yes, a pistol. It was pointed at the man pulling the stand. Tossing the pistol aside, he fled from the scene. He said the man tossed aside a pistol, but it turned out he wasn't sure, and sure enough, there was a contradiction. Well, that's true, but how does that help us? Didn't you notice anything? Whenever he made a statement he wasn't confident in, he displayed a certain habit. In his hand he held, yes, a pistol. It was pointing at the man pulling the stand. Did you see it? The minute when we said the word pistol, his fingers got all tense. And he fell in his corner with a page of his book. How am I supposed to see that? Well, I could see it. How else do you think Daddy went 7 years without losing a game of poker? What? I always sat next to Daddy during big matches. I could see what the opponents were feeling. You mean that's how Mr. Red won all those games? It's not cheating officially. I wasn't looking at their hands or anything. And I wasn't there all the time either. Daddy's quite good at poker after all, but not good enough to go undefeated for that long. Great, so he cheated, but what does that do for us? I don't believe this. You have to listen to his testimony one more time. No, scratch that. You have to watch his testimony, perceive the truth. Watch his testimony, perceive the truth? The only thing I'm perceiving is that I'm going to lose. Not true. Daddy said so. He said you have the power, Apollo. Mr. Rice said that? Watch the testimony, perceive his true feeling. Is she serious? Hands up. Sorry, I can't think of any other way out of this one, Apollo. What was it she said before the trial started? Huh? Mr. Wright not here today? He said his old foot injury was acting up. Yes, he smiled when he said he'll be fine as long as you're there, Tracy. Is that what he means by us being fine? Well, methods aside, he did avoid one guilty verdict already today. Time to show this court what I'm made of. Get ready for justice. Let's do it. Apollo! You know, I'm starting to think I could do this. I knew you could do it all along. Oh, one more thing. Try to cover for Mr. Haddon as best as you can. I just flew in from the coast and boy, my arm's tired. Right. Court is now back in section. Right, we're fine. I'd like to say to the young lady standing next to you, Mr. Justice. Oh, you mean me? Don't you have anything to report? Anything concerning the mysterious phantom in the silk top hat? Ah, right, him. Don't worry about him. I settled that. You settled that? Yes, it was an out-of-court settlement. Right. Perhaps Frollo would like us to believe it was nothing more than a passing dream. A fantastic illusion now, see it? Now you don't, am I right? I think he's onto me. I wish he could stop being so cool. Let us dispose of these niceties and get straight to the matter. What are your plans on our gifted witness? Right, the defense would like to request another cross-examination. Because I forgot to ask something. There's no issue with the witness' previous testimony. I will grant you a request, however, but this court will not permit stalling for time. Understood, Your Honor. Don't forget, Apollo. When he isn't sure about something, he has a habit of filling with his book. I cannot prevent the killer from leaving the scene, nor can I simply leave the scene in good conscience. Edgar, I used my cell phone to call the police. Until the police arrived at the scene 10 minutes later, I saw no one else. I'm not sure I qualify for watch testimonies after all. Focus, Apollo, find his weak spot. Focus, if only that were that easy. My ears hear what he says, my eyes see his expression. Do I have something more? What other senses do I have? What's this? My bracelet. What's going on? My bracelet feels different somehow. I think Daddy was right. You can't see it, can you, Apollo? You're almost there. Find the weak spot in his testimony. I know this sounds crazy, but my bracelet is trying to tell me something. So, you called immediately after witnessing the murder? The police undoubtedly have record of my call. Why you not check with them? Wait, Apollo! This has to be it. Wait, you mean his habit? Don't forget, Apollo. When he isn't sure about something, he has a habit of filling with his book. The only time he even had his book open was here. Which means this is the place to look for this habit. I don't know how I know, but I know. Know what? It's my bracelet. It's different, somehow. I can feel it reacting to something about his witness. Your bracelet? I'm not sure I get this focused on you were talking about, Shusi. But I have a feeling that trusting my bracelet is the way to go. Okay, I just need to touch my bracelet with X as it reacts to the testimony. What's going on? I can see his witness face. His expression is so clearly. It's filling my mind. I can see nothing else, hear nothing else. Apollo? Trucy, what's happening to me? This is what I meant by focusing. Focusing? In this state, you can see everything, Apollo, everything the witness does. That's great, but this is kind of freaking me out. Just look at Mr. Strickler's twitch, his habit. You remember it, right? Sure, when he says something he's not sure, he fiddles with his page of his book. You got it. Right now, you're looking at his witness face. And your eyes are sort of bugging me out. I bet they are. First, move your focus and attention down to Mr. Strickler's hand. His hand? You know what to look for now, but you have to be looking at the right place. She's right. I can only see his face this time. Trying to changing my viewpoint. Perfect! Now you're really ready. Ready for what? Ready to perceive the truth behind the twitch. Perceive? Try listening to the witness talk as you focus. And watch for his habit. Right, you mean when he fiddles with his page. That's right. As your signal to look closer, perceive with X. Find his weak spot and I guarantee we'll be able to give him the royal flush. Spoken like a true pokerhead daughter. I'm a magician, thank you very much. So I have to pay attention to his words. And his fingers. Don't worry if you miss it, you can always try again. Right, look out nervous twitch, here comes justice!
Gotcha!
I saw it! Just now, I can see it! Mr. Justice, do you have something to say? Oh, this banged up desk. It's quite bad for my circulation, you know. Mr. Strickler, allow me to ask you a simple question. Why did you fiddle with your page to the book just now? Sorry about that, didn't expect my phone to react. The very moment you mentioned your cell phone! What are you talking about? I'm curious now about the cell phone of yours. Mind if I ask you a few questions? What to ask? Mr. Strickler, tell me your phone number! Why? Whatever for? Why not? You have something against making friends? What does his witness cell phone number have to do with the case? Absolutely nothing. This is an invasion of my privacy. Seeing as you grimace like that makes me wonder about your cell phone too. The witness will present his cell phone number to the court. Oh! Susie, you have your cell phone? Sure do. Try dialing the number that he gives us. You want me to call Mr. Strickler's phone? This is all highly irregular. That's why I picked this one, because it's the only time you get to hear this theme. Hey, my pocket's ringing. Wait, this is a cell phone from this is the phone from yesterday. Look, a cell phone. Someone dropped it beneath its tire. If the car moved, it will be crushed for sure. I wonder if it belongs to the doctor here. How strange, Mr. Strickler. Can you explain why your cell phone is sitting here in my assistant's hand? Wait a minute. What is the meaning of this? This cell phone was found yesterday. In the Miraculous Clinic garage. The Miraculous? Why, that's where the victim lived. That's impossible. Mr. Strickler, you lied to the court, didn't you? If your cell phone is here, how could you have called the police? It's true, I didn't have my cell phone that night. That is why I can't be said I called the police from the public payphone. A payphone? So you didn't call on your cell phone after all? Just where was this payphone located, Mr. Strickler? Well, to indicate with a startling high degree of accuracy, it was right around here. That's quite a ways from the park. But why did you lie? There can only one reason. He didn't want the court to know he had lost his cell phone. Because it was found in the victim's garage. What are you saying? Mr. Strickler, you broke into the Miraculous Clinic garage on the night of the murder. This cell phone tells all. But that's ridiculous. That makes me sound like I snuck into this fellow's garage to commit some crime. As though I was trying to kill him. Well, Dr. Miraculous was killed that night. Well, yes, but no, that line of reasoning has to be against the rules. Yes, it's true, I lost my cell phone, but you can't prove that I lost it that night. Well, Mr. Justice, if that cell phone was dropped on the night of the murder, it does raise considerable suspicion as to the connection with this crime. Now's your chance, Apollo. Connect Mr. Strickler to the crime. Oh, he's already connected enough. I just have to prove it. Well, do I have a piece of evidence that could do the job? Can I prove that a cell phone was dropped on the night of the murder? Of course I have evidence. Ooh, I like your swagger here, Flopcat. Hit it. The court will see this evidence, Mr. Justice. Hit it, as they say. The evidence that proves that the cell phone was dropped in the night is... Take that! That's a side view view? As it so happens, Dr. Rex's car was in the accident that took place the night of the murder. An accident? An accident. It happened a little after 9 p.m. just outside People Park, our murder scene. Dr. Marx's car just hit a pedestrian. What are you trying to say? From the absence of the mirror, it's clear that the car was parked after the accident, which means it was parked there after 9 p.m. of the night of the murder. If your cell phone had been dropped before the car was parked in the garage, then it would have been crushed. After all, it was lying on the ground right under the wheel. There we go, Mr. Strickler. The only time you could have dropped this at the garage was after 9 p.m. the night of the murder in the park. Mr. Strickler, you know what this means? You did break into the victim's garage that night. This is the most unexpected, Mrs. Justice. Are you making the witness as a suspect on the murder at Pal Maractus? No, stop. This is too much. It can't be happening. But prosecutor, say something. I suppose it is worth saying this. No connection has been found between Wesley Whitaker and Pal Maractus. That is other than this. I believe our next testimony will be the most revolutionary. Is the witness prepared? Yes, Your Honor. I know that face. That is the face of guilt. That night, yes, I went to the supermarket. I must have dropped my cell phone on the way back. And when I was walking through the park, I happened to witness the crime. I saw the killer, the victim, the stand, all as clear as day. It was him. I saw the defendant at the scene. Yes, but your cell phone was lying in the garage. Ah, yes, well, as you can see the model of my phone has a defect. It is given to rolling. It's quite a pain when I drop it along the road, you know. Looks like a normal cell phone to me. In any case, Mr. Justice, the cross-examination, please. That's funny. My bracelet didn't react at all during the testimony. His nervous habit must not be acting up. I didn't sense anything either, actually. Looks like you're on your own this time around. Right, no problem. I hope. Here comes justice. Which part of the testimony is the key? I know it. Should I press on about the killer, the victim, or the noodle stand? Do you happen to remember the noodle stand? Quite well, yes. For the student of science, observation and healthy curiosity are vital. I remember everything. I could even read the sign. I believe it said... noodle. Yes, that was it. For remembering something quite well, it sure took you a while to tell us. And thank you for telling us that the noodle stand sells noodles. Very enlightening. Well, Mr. Justice? What about that sign? Could that be important? So the sign on the noodle stand said noodle? It appears the defense have just obtained a vital piece of testimony. Is the noodle stand broth really that delicious? I'll have to go sample the wars one of those days. I think that's worth adding to the testimony as well. Whatever sort of noodles that stand stills, it can't match up to IBU's cafeteria. Someone plays at the school merely tasted our smart noodles. I wouldn't mind, I tasted that myself. Well, I remember the sign on the stand. It was victim fluid and said noodle.
Objection!
And you're absolutely sure the sign read noodle? Why, just last week my professor offered me this praise. At least you have good eyesight, Strickler. I'll give you that. It read, without a doubt, noodle. I see. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Is that pity I see in your eyes? Let's take a look at our map, shall we? So you're claiming that when you saw the sign, you were standing... here, was it? Although it would have been a bit hard to read the sign from this post. You think so? Mr. Strickler, I'd like you to please take another look at the stand, and to carefully read what the sign says. See? The sign actually states the name of the stand's owner. Eldunes. Inconceivable! I'm certain it was definitely noodle for sure, positive. I'm afraid your professor was wrong about that eyesight. I wouldn't be so quick to jump to that conclusion. The sign here changes everything. The witness said the sign says noodle. What would you say if I told you that there was one spot for which the sign could have read the way Mr. Strickler claims? What? Mr. Justice, show us the spot. The witness actually viewed the stand from this location.
Take that!
The witness was standing here, on the opposite side. How do you know that? When viewed from the south, the sign of the stand reads Eldunes, as we know. However, observe the other side of the stand. Oh, the side said noodle. Exactly. The name of the stand was split between the front and back signs. Mr. Strickler, you lied to the court. You witnessed the crime from the northern side of the park, not the south. Ew! You got me.
Objection!
So what? So what? What does it matter if he saw the killing from the north and the south side? And it makes no difference at all. He's right. Travel far enough to the south and you end up going north. Few from the global scale directions are utterly without meaning. Actually, maybe he's right. What does it change? It changes everything, Apollo. True, see? Remember his testimony from before? Though, to be honest, I'm a little scared of where this is heading. The killer and the victim are facing each other here. Then at the moment, the killer raises his weapon. Mr. Strickler shouts, at which point the victim turns his head to look, and the killer fires his pistol. That's why the bullet hit him in the right temple. No contradictions, right? Right. But if Mr. Strickler was standing on the north side of the park, that reverses the whole scenario. Completely, and Mr. Strickler shouts from where he is now. The victim looks at this direction. The bullet would have hit his left temple. Oh. In other words, someone standing at point K couldn't shoot the victim at the right temple. It's impossible. That's right. So, now that we know that Mr. Strickler was standing on the northern side, the womb location takes on an entirely different meaning. Indeed. You're absolutely correct, Flalong. What meaning? The entry room was on the right side of the victim's head, correct? Well, the right side of the victim's head is north. North? Oh! Well, that's where the witness, Wesley Strickler, was standing. Correct! So if he was standing to the north, then the only person here who could have shot the victim in the right temple was Mr. Strickler himself. Yo! Order! Wow, the apple didn't fall far from the tree. She flipped the whole case on his head while I was still figuring it out.
Objection!
Clarify one point for you if you work here, Forehead. What now? Are you truly accusing this college student of murder? Well, I can't say he's exactly looks innocent, but something still doesn't feel right. I just can't picture him as a real killer. No, please, look aside. I'm really a nice guy. All my friends say so. Let's hear what the defense have to say. What are you going to do now, Justice? Should I really accuse Mr. Strickler? I don't think Wesley Strickler is a killer, but he's not innocent either. His unusual silence tells me that much. Mr. Strickler, you seem unusually quiet. Tell us why now! The word confession isn't in my dictionary. Kid Forehead, I'm afraid it falls on you to alliterate Mr. Strickler's silence. Mr. Justice, you did say you were accusing the witness just now for a crime other than murder. Your reason? The court's all ears. I know he's guilty of something, but what crime other than murder is there? Do I have evidence to show his involvement in some other crime? Your evidence? The court's all eyes, Mr. Justice. Show us evidence that points to the witness involvement in the crime.
Take that!
The evidence is this! What? Is that woman's underwear? Hey, those are mine! Don't look at me like that! Order! Mr. Strickler, while I can't say this comes as a shock, it's not what it seems! By political theorem, I swear it. On the night of the murder, just past 9 p.m., a young girl catches a panty snatcher red-handed. Bravely, she gives chase, but the snatcher flees and hides himself in no other place than the miraculous clinic garage. Aha! Incidentally, these panties were found in the salt pipe in this car there. Presumably, he was trying to hide the evidence of his crime. Ergo, while you may not be the murderer, you are guilty of panty snatching in the first degree. Please, hear me out. It's not what it looks like. Order! Mr. Strickler, you should be ashamed. It's not what it seems. You pervert man. So, are we to understand you were silent not because you were guilty of murder, but because you lacked the courage to admit your theft of this girl's undergarments? Perhaps you are not aware that my school's name was originally written IV. I stands for intelligent, V stands for valiant, see? Your point? I'm not done. No, I'm a major in science department. And what does science teach is not curiosity? Yes, we in IVU, the science department, are valiantly curious. No challenge is too daunting, and what greater challenge in science than a mystery?
Objection!
Come on, you're talking about a girl's panties here! No, you do not understand. The mystery is the unknown, and the unknown is unacceptable. And my friends, when it comes to mysteries, those panties are a promised land. From the moment I first laid eyes on them, I was compelled to investigate for science. A full-size car tire was only the first mystery those panties revealed. A tire? Yes, I saw her do it. She pulled a tire out of those panties. But that's not all. First it was a tire, then a stew pot, then a frozen chicken. One mystery after another. It was magic. Oh, I remember now. He's one of my regulars in the audience in the Wonder Bar. Huh? He's talking about my magic panties trick. I just don't understand. A broom from a pair of panties, it mocks the very laws of physics. A broom and a frozen chicken, Trucy? Whatever happened to doves and bunny rabbits? Mr. Strickler, you still don't disclose panties to understand a magic trick? You say panties, but they are so much more than that. For me, they are the object of serious study. I wonder. There has to be a recent snatch of brass sunny statues in the area. Were they all you? I'm sorry, but I did it for science. Each time I spare a pair of panties flying to the breeze, maybe this barrier would illuminate the mysteries. Even at night, she chased me through the street. The web cheers of joy. Perhaps this is the night I will seize the truth that lies between the pennies. Yeah, what was I? And once again, the lacy hard truth slipped through my fingers' hand. Still, that leaves one thing unexplained. You referred to the witness other light, yes? The witness claims he saw the crime from the south, but it was in fact in the north. Indeed. Would anyone care to explain why he lies about that? Be my guest, Herr Farhead. Me? Did I not hear you correctly? Did you not say you do not accuse the witness of murder? Why then, even the witness did lie about the location at the time of the shooting. Or have you no idea? Apollo, there's something about the way the diagram is arranged just right now. When you think about it, right where near Mr. Strickler was standing, isn't there a... Well, Mr. Justice, what says you? Do you have any evidence to show why the witness lied about his location?
Take that!
The evidence that show why he lied is this. What? More panties? How many panties are you carrying in your pockets, Herr Farhead? These are the last, honest. These were found in the trash can at the park. Looking at the diagram, we can see that there's a trash can was right next to where the witness stood. Mr. Strickler, you didn't. Alas, I'm a failure as a scientist. I can't unravel the mysteries of the universe. I can't even unpair the pair of panties. So, these panties are your handiwork as well? That night, I've been chased, hounded by the miraculous clinic garage. Weeping in frustration, I was forced to abandon my prize. Don't you see how I felt? Believe me, I'd rather not. I hid in the garage for a short while. Then, abandoning the panties, I made for home. To avoid the office where that girl works, I ran towards the south entrance. When I saw them hanging there on the clothesline by the giant mansion, a giant pair of pennies. Apparently he didn't know these bloomers belonged to the mob. I had them, safe in my pocket, ready to take home, when I stumbled upon the murder. The murder of Dr. Maractus. I reported what I've seen, but as I waited for the police to arrive, I got scared. What if they searched me? That's when you disposed of the bloomers? Yes, it was a severe blow to the process of science, but one had to be born. A fascinating if disturbing tale. I believe this brings today's proceedings to a close, and I'm more than pleased to dismiss this witness for the remainder of the trial. One last thing, if I might. Yes, Prosecutor Gavin? Regardless of who ended today, there's some vital points were made. Namely that the defendant, Wonky Kentucky, was at the scene of the crime, and he was pointing the weapon at the victim. One more thing, Wonky Kentucky has a clear motive. Indeed, the defendant Wonky Kentucky is still a prime suspect in this case. The only suspect, in fact, assuming there is no one else at the scene at the time. Yet, a mystery remains. The location of the wound in the victim's right temple has yet to be explained. The court requests further investigation from both the defense and prosecution. Lajada, baby. No problem. Very well. This brings the trial of the day to the close. Court is adjourned. All right. Okay, that's gonna be it. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the next part. Bye.